Most people treat their weaknesses like stains they need to hide. You avoid your laziness, your procrastination, your emotional outbursts, your lack of focus like they're shameful secrets. The samurai worldview is the opposite. Your weak points are not places to run from. They're forge points, the exact spots where you can build unbreakable strength if you train them on purpose. In Japan, discipline isn't built by waiting for the perfect self to arrive. It's built by using ordinary life, cleaning, bowing, repeating movements, small daily improvements as a dojo. This video will show you 8 samurai habits that do exactly that. They take real modern weaknesses, distraction, chaos, inconsistency, low energy, and turn them into structured practice. By the end, you'll know how to put these habits into a 66-day samurai plan so they don't just inspire you once, they change you. Habit 1. The morning stance. Your weakest time might be the first 30 minutes of your day, snoozing, scrolling, dragging your body out of bed. The samurai version of this is the morning stance, treating your wake-up as your first decision of battle. Historically, warriors were trained to be ready at any moment. Their ability to respond quickly could mean life or death. Today, your readiness starts with how you stand up to the alarm. If you lose this first battle, the rest of the day tends to follow the same pattern. The morning stance habit is simple but ruthless. When the alarm rings, you commit to a rule like feet on the floor in 3 seconds. There is no negotiation, no just 5 more minutes, no checking your phone in bed. You're training the reflex, stimulus, decisive action. Immediately after, you move into a short, fixed sequence. Bathroom, splash water on your face, drink a glass of water, open the curtains, and do 1 to 3 minutes of light movement. This turns a vague, wake up earlier wish into a concrete ritual. Habit research shows that when you chain behaviors into a consistent morning script, the sequence begins to run on autopilot over time. Your brain links the alarm sound to a set of movements that happen in the same order every day. At first, it feels forced. After a few weeks, it feels weird not to follow the script. You're using repetition to move your wake-up from effort and decision into identity and reflex. What used to be a source of shame, slow, foggy mornings, becomes your first daily rep of precision and command. Instead of starting the day by breaking a promise to yourself, snooze, you start by keeping one concrete vow. That single shift changes the story in your head from "I can't even get out of bed on time" to "no matter how I feel, I stand up when it's time." That's a samurai stance. Habit 2. Daily body training as character training. Another common weakness is avoiding physical discomfort. You say you'll train, but the first sign of fatigue, soreness, or resistance, and you skip the day. Samurai never separated body from character. Physical training was the laboratory where courage, endurance, and calm under pressure were forged. The modern version of this is treating your daily training as character work, not just aesthetics. The habit is to choose a form of keiko, deliberate practice. Your body will go through every day or on a strict schedule. It can be strength training, calisthenics, martial arts, running, or any structured discipline. The key is that it has a plan, sets, reps, distance, time, and that you show up when the plan says, not when your mood allows. You're not chasing random exhaustion. You're following a program that challenges you progressively. Neuroscience and habit research both show that repeated, effortful practice literally changes brain circuits related to motor control, impulse control, and stress response. Over about 60-70 days of consistent repetition, your brain becomes more efficient at recruiting the muscles and mental states needed for that effort. The workout stops being a daily argument and becomes just what I do, a powerful anchor around which your day restructures. Your old weakness, avoiding discomfort and living in low energy, becomes a scoreboard where you prove to yourself, rep after rep, that you can lean into controlled discomfort voluntarily. Over time, this bleeds into everything. Tough conversations, hard projects, new skills. You've trained your system to understand that this is hard and this is impossible are not the same thing. Habit 3. Cleaning as war against chaos. For many people, their environment is a direct mirror of their mind. Cluttered, chaotic, full of, "I'll deal with it later." In Japanese culture, Osoji, cleaning, is understood as a spiritual and mental act, not just a chore. Schools, homes, and workplaces often include daily cleaning routines done by the people who use the space, teaching responsibility and respect for the environment. The samurai version of Osoji for you is a daily order ritual, 5 to 15 minutes, dedicated only to restoring order to a chosen area. It might be your desk, your room, your kitchen, or even your digital desktop. You set a timer, focus on one zone, and bring it from chaos to clarity. You do this at the same time each day, after work, after dinner, or as part of your night shutdown. Habit and behavior science indicate that small, consistent environmental actions done in a stable context are far more sustainable than massive once-a-month cleanups. Each Osoji block lowers friction for future good behaviors, easier to work, easier to cook healthy food, easier to sleep in a clear room, and reduces background stress created by visual noise. Your physical space becomes an ally instead of a constant source of micro-stress. Your former weakness, living in mess and telling yourself, "I'm just a messy person," turns into a daily opportunity to practice creating order. Instead of waiting for motivation to clean, you become the kind of person who naturally leaves things better than they were. That's a samurai habit. Every space you touch becomes a bit more disciplined because you passed through it. Habit 4. Kaizen. Tiny improvement every day. Perfectionism is one of the most subtle weaknesses. You postpone action until conditions are perfect, plans are complete, or you feel ready, which means you rarely start. The Japanese concept of Kaizen, continuous small improvement, cuts through this paralysis. It's the philosophy that turned Japanese industry into a global standard. Fix one small thing today, then another tomorrow. As a daily habit, Kaizen means choosing one micro upgrade per day in a meaningful area. Health, work, relationships, environment, skills. It might be adding one healthy food and removing one low-quality snack, improving one paragraph of your writing, tightening one process at work, or optimizing one movement in your training. The change must be small enough that you can do it even on a bad day, but real enough that it stacks over time. Research on behavior change shows that small, consistent improvements create powerful compound effects, especially when anchored to existing routines. Instead of relying on rare bursts of overhaul energy, you rely on daily, almost boring progress. Over 66 days, 1% shifts add up to something that no single all-in day could accomplish. Your old weakness, waiting for the perfect moment, becomes a mindset of what can I improve by a single unit today? Instead of being the person who always talks about the huge change they'll make one day, you become the person whose life is visibly, measurably better every few weeks because you actually do the small upgrades. Habit 5. Focused battle blocks. Attention is one of the most damaged strengths in the modern world. Constant notifications, multitasking, and jumping between tabs have trained your brain to crave shallow novelty. Samurai sharpened their attention through archery, sword practice, and meditation. Losing focus in combat meant losing everything. Your version is the focused battle block, a protected unit of deep focus you defend every day. You choose one time slot, maybe 30, 45, or 90 minutes, where you work on a single challenging task, studying, writing, building, problem solving. Before the block starts, you remove or silence every unnecessary stimulus. Phone in another room, notifications off, irrelevant tabs closed. You decide in advance what done looks like for that block. Pages read, lines written, a specific piece of a project completed. Cognitive science and habit research show that regularly entering states of deep focus literally trains your brain to get into that mode faster and stay there longer. Just like lifting weights for muscles, focused battle blocks are reps for your attention. Over time, distractions lose some of their grip because you've experienced how satisfying it is to get real work done. Your old weakness, constantly checking your phone, bouncing between tasks, feeling busy but not productive, turns into a daily confrontation with a single mission. Every completed block is proof that you can be the kind of person who does hard, boring, important work without running away to easy dopamine every 5 seconds. Habit 6. Dopamine gates. One of the most powerful modern weaknesses is being governed by instant stimulation. Social feeds, endless video, constant checking. Samurai had strict codes around indulgence and self-restraint. Excess was seen as a threat to clarity and readiness. In your world, that translates to installing dopamine gates, rules that decide how and when the most stimulating inputs reach your brain. Instead of trying to never use certain apps or content types, which often backfires, you set time and context boundaries. For example, no high-intensity content in the first hour after waking or after a certain hour at night. Specific 20-30-minute windows where you're allowed to scroll or watch entertainment, always after meaningful work is done. You might also move certain apps off your home screen, uninstall and use only via browser, or require 2 steps to access them. Studies on digital behavior and habit formation indicate that adding friction and constraints around high-reward activities significantly reduces compulsive use. You're not relying on constant willpower, you're redesigning the path of least resistance so that your default during the day is not mindless scroll, but do what I said I would do. Your old weakness, being yanked around by your devices, becomes a daily practice in restraint and intentionality. Every time you respect a dopamine gate, you prove that you are above your impulses, not below them. Over weeks, your baseline restlessness drops because your brain isn't overloaded with cheap dopamine all day long. Habit 7. Hansei. Daily self-review. Repeating the same mistake over and over without understanding why is another silent weakness. The Japanese practice of Hansei is structured self-reflection, a disciplined look at your own actions to extract lessons and improve. It's used in schools, companies, and personal life as a way to turn failure into information instead of shame. As a habit, Hansei can be as simple as 3 to 5 minutes at night with a notebook. You answer a few consistent questions. What did I do well today? Where did I fall below my standards? What will I do differently tomorrow? The aim is honesty without self-pity. You're not writing a diary of complaints. You're conducting a daily debrief like a warrior reviewing a mission. Psychological and performance research shows that brief, regular reflection improves learning, decision-making, and self-regulation. Hansei helps your brain connect today's actions to tomorrow's outcomes, tightening the loop between experience and adjustment. Instead of drifting through life repeating patterns, you gradually refine your strategy. Your old weakness, sliding through days on autopilot and only waking up when things are bad, turns into a nightly sharpening ritual. Every day becomes a small lesson, and every lesson stacks. That's how a samurai mind is built. Not by never failing, but by refusing to waste a failure. Habit 8. The vow. Living by a code. Finally, many people live without a clear internal code. They promise themselves things and break those promises casually because nothing feels sacred. The samurai followed Bushidō, a code organized around virtues like integrity, courage, benevolence, respect, honesty, honor, and loyalty. You don't need to copy their code, but you do need your own vow if you want your habits to mean something. This habit is about writing and revisiting a short personal code, 3 to 7 sentences that define how you intend to live. It might include statements like, "I do what I say I will do," "I face discomfort instead of running from it," or "I leave every place better than I found it." You read this code daily, ideally in the morning, and use it as the lens through which you judge your actions, not other people's opinions. Identity-based habit research suggests that when behaviors are linked to a chosen identity and explicit values, they persist more under stress than when they're just goals. Your code turns random habits into expressions of who you are. Training, reading, cleaning, focusing, reflecting, they're no longer isolated tasks, they're how you live your vow. Your weakness, drifting without a clear sense of who you are or what you stand for, turns into a backbone. Even on bad days, you can come back to the code and ask, what does someone who lives by this standard do next? That question alone is enough to change choices in the moment. How to turn these 8 habits into unbreakable strength. These 8 samurai habits cover your main battlefields: mornings, body, environment, improvement, focus, stimulation, reflection, and identity. Each one is designed to grab a specific weakness and flip it into a training ground. But if you try to install all 8 at full power overnight, you'll almost certainly burn out. Real-world habit formation research shows that stable change comes from adding behaviors gradually and repeating them across dozens of days in a consistent context. The samurai way is to treat these habits like weapons you add to your arsenal over time. For the next 66 days, you might choose 2 to 3 as your main focus. Maybe morning stance, daily training, and Hansei. You set clear rules, minimum versions, and a daily tracking system. Once those start to feel automatic, you layer in a focused battle block or dopamine gates. You're not trying to become invincible overnight. You're upgrading one piece of armor at a time until the whole system is hard to break. When you want the full 66-day samurai map, everything in this video is enough to start turning weaknesses into strength. You can pick a few of these habits, design your own 66-day challenge, and see your life shift without ever touching anything else. But if you want all of this organized into a single samurai protocol, with these habits slotted into fire, hammer, and Polish phases, with a contract of honor, the rust, the steel lists, battle journal, nightly Hansei prompts, dopamine rules, physical training, and a day 66 rite of passage, that's exactly what 66 Days of Steel, the samurai method to forge absolute discipline, was built for. It isn't just more tips. It's the complete map that tells you what to do, in what order, and for how long, so these 8 habits don't stay as inspiration. They become your default. The link to the ebook is in the pinned comment. If all you do is choose one samurai habit and start tonight, you've already changed your trajectory. If you're ready for all 66 days in the forge, that map is waiting for you there.